right? But you get the point. You go to a mall, which is a marketplace, you're going to see shining objects everywhere. And I see people talk about this all. All right, what's going on? This is Ola coming to you live from my myEmpirePRO studios. Today's question, I have a question here. It says, I'm struggling with sourcing deals and challenged with shiny objects and other strategies. I need help sticking to a wholesale process and committing. Now, here's the thing. First of all, he says he's struggling with sourcing deals. What that means is marketing, okay? You're struggling with generating leads. Before you can talk about deals, you gotta have a pipeline full of leads, okay? That's the bottom line. There are two reasons why people struggle in real estate wholesaling. There are two main reasons, and usually it's because of lack of leads or maybe lack of money to generate leads, okay? And the truth of the matter is that you don't have to have a lot of money to generate leads in this time and age. It's a leveled playing field for everyone. And however, you can choose to get stuck in your excuses. As you know, excuses are basically easy for anyone to generate. The hardest thing for most people to generate is leads, basically, which is what becomes deals. Okay, there's a percentage of leads that you generate that will become deals. Not all your leads will become deals. It's just a numbers game. Okay, but leads are basically people raising up their hands and say, I'm interested. You know, you're looking to buy a house. I have a house to sell. Those are leads. Not every lead will turn out to be a motivated seller. Not every motivated seller will become an appointment. Not every appointment will become a deal or a closed deal. So if you're having problems sourcing deals, you have to basically trace that a little bit backwards. You have to trace your step back a little bit further. It's not just deals that you're struggling generating. Anytime you feel like you're struggling generating deals, it's because you're struggling generating like 3 more steps before that. Remember deals, remember leads is what becomes motivated sellers, or let me just say sellers, okay? Motivated sellers. And then you have, before you talk about deals at all, you have to go through those steps: appointments and then deals, appointments, and then you have to go through the process. Then what about assignments? What about generating buyers? You know, there's quite a few steps before you talk about you have a problem sourcing deals. But I'm guessing you're talking about sourcing leads, meaning people that are basically filling out your form online, calling your numbers, your number that you've set apart to generate leads, your number that you have on signs, on ads, and things like that. And it goes, I'm challenged with shining objects. A shining object, if you don't know what that is, means every time you turn around, there's another guru selling something. Okay? Well, you're in a marketplace, so you can't really complain about that. You can't. Okay? You cannot complain about people trading in a marketplace. It's a marketplace, and the gurus, yes, they have an agenda. They're trying to feed their own family too, right? So you can't really complain that there's shining objects. There's going to be shining objects. Going to a mall, what do you see in the mall? You see everybody trying to sell you something. There's a shoe that's shining right in the glass, in the chocolate glass. You move a step further, there's somebody trying to sell you burger. You move a little step further, you see Radio Shack. Nah, probably no Radio Shacks, right? But you get the point. You go to a mall, which is a marketplace, you're going to see shining objects everywhere. And I see people talk about this all the time like it's a big deal. Like, no, it's part of life. It's what it is. And you're not going to be able to get away using that as an excuse why you're not doing well. So shining objects are part of a marketplace. As a matter of fact, that should be a proof to you that something is working. Somebody's trying to sell something. That means something is working. Does that make sense? So shining objects is a part of the game. Anytime you see shining objects, you need to be excited because that means there's money in the market. Does that make sense? That means there's money in the market. And it goes and other strategies. So shining objects and other strategies. Yes, there will be a zillion different strategies out here on how to generate deals, how to generate leads, rather, how to generate leads for your business, how to fill your pipeline There's a million gazillion different type of strategies. We could start from direct mailing, which I think is overpriced right now. Driving for dollars is an expensive endeavor. Cold calling, that's very expensive, because if you value your time, you know that's expensive. Knocking on doors, if you value your time, that's an expensive marketing strategy, right? Or what's the fifth one? The fifth one is bandit signs. Well, bandit signs is basically a great way to get threatened about $1,500 tickets, from the city inspection codes, right? So yeah, it's a struggle, it's a big struggle. So I wanted you to pay attention to those things. That's why I said them. Bottom line is that there's a ton of strategies out there, but there's also digital marketing strategies that you can use to generate leads. Everyone you know basically become leads for other businesses through their phone, through their iPhone. Okay, like for example, you're watching this on an iPhone, right? Or maybe Android phone. You're watching it from a smartphone, bottom line, right? Or maybe you're one of the few people that are still watching this on a laptop. That's okay too. Bottom line is that you're watching this digitally. This is not on CNBC anywhere. Very likely not, right? So what I'm trying to drive at there is that there are multiple different marketing strategies. It's true. But the solution to your problem right now is that you got to pick one that resonates more with you. The one that positions you for consistency. The one that you can do indefinitely for a long time and not worry about quitting on yourself. See, all of them, majority of them, you will not enjoy doing, or it's too expensive, or it's not worth your time, or it's not worth the money you will spend doing them, right? But you got to find that one that you will stick to, and the one you find, it may not work on the first month, it may not work in the second month, it may not work on the third month, but it will work at some point. And at some point that it will work, you want to be there to collect the leads and turn it to deals when it does work. And here's the problem that a lot of people engage in, right? They engage in strategies that they'll get tired of. I've been guilty of the same thing, right? Strategies that basically you'll get tired, So for example, I've tried to cold call before. Okay, I've done that before. I tackle every strategy you can find. What I found is it doesn't work for me. Okay, it basically positions me so I can quit tomorrow because it's not a process that I enjoy. Driving for dollars, I've done that too before. You can name it. I've done that before. Okay, what I do these days is if I see a for sale by owner as I'm driving, just going about my way, I would take it now. But I don't go out there just driving because I want to drive for dollars. It's the most expensive way for me to spend my time. Okay, so if you know that about yourself and you know it's a process you're going to get tired of, then don't do it. Okay, because again, the secret of the trade, the second secret of the trade is positioning for consistency. The first secret is consistency, and the second secret is to position yourself for consistency. So if you position yourself into strategies that you'll quit on tomorrow, then you already failed before you got started, right? So he says, I need help sticking to a wholesale process and committing. Well, wholesale processes are the same everywhere. You find a seller, a motivated seller, not a seller, a motivated seller. You find a qualified buyer and you bring them together. That's how you make money as a wholesaler. What does that mean? You got to learn marketing, okay? You got to fuel your pipeline, because if you don't fuel your pipeline, you'll be at the mercies of a lot of people that are basically not serious about business, okay? Just today, I had somebody call one of my ranking videos for Linden, New Jersey. It was one of the videos I will put out that basically say we buy houses. And somebody called it, and the person was a wholesaler. And the person basically wasted 3 to 4 minutes of my time. Okay, basically putting out a questionnaire. What do you like? What kind of houses do you like? That's not the prospect I'm expecting to call that number. Okay, however, it's happening. When that happens, you take it as it comes. Don't take it personally. People are trying to build their own business, and you got to keep it moving. If there's a way you can filter, you filter, right? But the point I'm making there is that the wholesaling process is the same. Now, this person is calling another wholesaler or another buyer, trying to collect information without even having a deal to sell. This is where you fail, okay? This is where you fail, because again, the process is very simple. You find a motivated seller, you find a qualified buyer, and you link them together. There's no need to be calling qualified buyer just to interview them when you don't have a deal. There's a lot of people who fall into such strategies. You need to focus on learning how to market so you can attract the actual people that are ready to do business. A motivated seller will typically have a house, right? And in my ideal world, they are calling me. They're the one calling me. When they call me, it's easier for me to sell them. As a matter of fact, I don't have to sell them where they're calling me, okay? A qualified buyer is basically on a list somewhere. They're on the list. They're on a database that I get to email when I have a property available. That's how I like to do it. That way, if they're interested, they give me a call. If they're not interested, they ignore the email. But if I'm calling them about the property, chances are they're going to play with me, okay? Because I'm calling them now and they have the power. Now, is there a way you can cold call qualified buyers and sell them the houses? Yes, you should. I'm just saying you have to do the work of selling them on whatever you have to offer. And usually people that are doing this are newbie wholesalers and they're wasting time. What you need to do, either you're newbie or you're experienced, is learn how to market and learn how to use attraction marketing in your favor. And that's something I cover extensively in Smart Real Estate Wholesaling, which you can find by simply, I think over here, okay, over there, that link right there, you can click on it and take advantage of the book. It's free. It's absolutely free. You can get the audiobook for free too if you're taking the free trial of Audible. And that's what I have for you on this episode. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this video with the red button below and the bell button right next to it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.